Target acquired. I was painting death onto a rooftop with a steady hand. 6 kilometers away, a predator drone waited above a hostile enclave. My laser marker etched a ghost-light circle over the building. The call came just before the confirmation order. Unknown number. Normally, I'd ignore it, but something, I don't know what, tightened in my chest. I answered. A scream tore through the earpiece. "Dad!" My spine snapped straight. My fingers froze mid-aim. "Daddy, I'm in the hospital. He broke my fingers, one by one, with a hammer." Her voice fractured, soft like wind against broken glass. My stepdad said, "Tell your soldier daddy I'm coming for him next." There was sobbing. Then, whimpering, small broken breaths. The sound of pain too big for an 8-year-old. I looked at the red circle blinking in my scope, pulled the laser dot off the target, switched it off. My voice was calm. I don't remember willing it to be. "Sweetie, Daddy's coming home." Her name was Amira, my daughter. I hadn't seen her in 4 months. Military rotation, classified mission. Her mother had full custody, her new husband playing father to my blood. There had been signs, unreturned messages, quick calls, photos with long sleeves in summer. But I made myself believe the lie every soldier tells himself. If they really needed me, they'd call. And she had, at the worst possible moment. I landed in D.C. 2 days later. No parade, no flags, just sterile white halls and the stench of antiseptic despair. Her hands were wrapped in gauze, fingers broken at the knuckle, meticulously shattered, one at a time. I asked no questions. She looked at me with those eyes I once saw the day she was born, dark, confused, fighting tears. There was no room for rage, only silence, only cold calculation. I looked at her mother. She wouldn't meet my eyes. Her lip trembled. I didn't ask what she allowed. I didn't say her name. I just nodded. I had work to do. I started with the hospital records. Amira's story lined up. Injuries matched deliberate trauma, not falling down the stairs, as he claimed. He'd covered his tracks well, too well. Her mother tried to explain. "He didn't mean it. He was just angry. He's trying to change." But I wasn't listening. I watched his routine, followed his car, the security firm he worked at, his gym schedule, the liquor store stops, the nights he stayed out late. He was cheating, not just on her, on his image. A righteous stepfather, a born-again mentor at church, a weekend warrior at the gun range. A facade. I installed a tracker in his truck, cloned his phone. He texted a woman named Lacey things I wouldn't say to a corpse. He joked about how soft little girls scream when scared. He laughed about how discipline makes him tough. Every time I read his words, I imagined her voice saying them. It kept me focused, sharp. I wasn't angry. Anger is noise. I needed silence to finish what I'd started. I gathered data, compiled photos, screenshots, witnesses, everything admissible, everything undeniable. I built a dossier like a kill list, 1 page at a time. I handed her mother the folder across the same hospital room she once told me she loved me in. I didn't say a word. She flipped through it, saw everything. His texts, videos, purchases, a photograph of a hammer under the floorboards, wrapped in a towel. She went pale, tried to speak, failed. Tears welled, her mouth opened, but no sound came. I finally looked her in the eye. "You let him raise my daughter." She whispered something I didn't know, or maybe, "I'm sorry." It didn't matter. Truth doesn't care about apologies. I turned and left. She followed, but I shut the door behind me before she could say my name. He didn't expect me. He opened the door wearing gym shorts, towel slung over his shoulder, smirk half-loaded. "Yeah." I handed him a manila envelope. He raised an eyebrow. He opened it slowly. His eyes scanned the pages, then froze. I watched his smirk rot into a slow spreading twitch. He looked up, confused, sweating already. What the hell is this? I tilted my head, calm, controlled. Evidence. You threatening me, soldier boy? No. I stepped closer. I'm giving you a choice. What choice? I smiled, cold and still. Either disappear from her life, or I make you disappear from everyone's. He laughed. You don't have the balls. I reached into my coat, pulled out my sidearm, unloaded it, dropped the bullets in his palm, then handed him a final photo. Amira's hand in a cast, her middle finger bent like a wilted stem. Count them. I turned and walked away. He stood there frozen. Behind me I heard something fall. Might have been his soul. Amira's fingers will never bend the same again. But she smiled yesterday, for the first time in weeks. I bought her a sketchbook. She draws with her left now. Sometimes I watch her quietly from the hallway. The way her little brow furrows in focus. The way she hums. I've transferred to a desk job. No more lasers, no more red dots. Only lines. Boundaries. I drew one in permanent ink, around her, and the last thing he ever saw was the man he should have never touched her to get to. Some monsters you don't kill with bullets, you kill them with the truth, and leave them to rot in its silence.